This is the first phylum, and that is Porifera. It is having a cellular level of organization. So all the members of Poriferans have cellular level of organization. The body is made up of cell. Here are some of the members of the phylum Porifera. So this one is the cycon, and this one is Spongula. Spongula is a freshwater sponge, whereas Euplactilla, it is known as Venus flower basket. Leucosolenia and Euspengia is a bath sponge. So these all are the members of the phylum Poriferans. Alright. This one is cycon, Spongula, it is freshwater sponge. This is important question for you. Euplactilla, also known as Venus flower basket, Leucosolenia and Euspengia, also known as bath sponge. Now let's talk about the general characteristic feature of this phylum. Here you will find that most of these animals are marine, whereas some of them, for example Spongula, is a freshwater sponge. Majority of them have irregular shape, whereas some of them are vase-like or cylindrical. So you can observe this. This is Leucosolenia, which is cylindrical in shape, whereas the cycon is irregular in shape. Then they have cellular level of organization. Then diploblastic animals. Diploblastic means only two germ layers. Outer one is ectoderm and the inner one is the endoderm. Right? Locomotory appendages are absent in these animals. Now if you talk about the body wall consists of two layers, pinacoderm and the choanoderm. Alright, pinacoderm and the choanoderm are the two germ layers, whereas in between the pinacoderm and the choanoderm there is a gelatinous layer that is known as mesenchyme, also known as mesohyl layer. Right? But this is a gelatinous layer, whereas the body wall consists of two main layers, pinacoderm and the choanoderm. The interesting thing in this animal is that entire body bears pores. In the entire body there are pores. Alright? Whereas there is a cavity that is known as spongiocele or paragastric cavity. So this cavity opens outside by an opening called osculum. So here you have to remember all these words, that numerous pores on the body, these pores are known as ostia, whereas in the center there is a cavity that is known as spongiocele, and this spongiocele open outside by another opening that is known as osculum. Friends, please focus on that whichever is written in the green. Okay, these are the characteristic feature of this phylum and very important for you also. Then water current enter through the ostia and leaves through the osculum. Okay, observe this figure. So here you will see this is a sponge, and there are numerous pores on the body of the sponge, whereas this is the central cavity which is known as spongiocele, and this is an opening, means spongiocele opens outside with an opening called osculum. So water enters inside the spongiocele by these numerous pores known as ostia and out from the body through the osculum. Okay, so this water current helps in gathering the food as well as help in gaseous exchange and also waste removal. So this water current is very helpful for these animals. Now, as I told you that there are two important layers, pinacoderm. Outermost is the pinacoderm, then innermost is the choanoderm. And in between these two layers, there is a gelatinous layer that is known as mesenchyme. Okay. Now, if you talk about the outermost layer, that is pinacoderm, here you will find pinacocyte cells, then porocyte cells. Okay. So these are the cells which are present in the pinacoderm layer, pinacocyte and the porocyte. This one is the porocyte cell and these are the pinacocyte cell. Whereas in the choanoderm you will observe choanocyte cells. All these are the choanocyte cells. Right? And in the mesenchyme layer there are numerous amoebocyte cells. So these all blue color in the mesenchyme layer, you will observe that these are the amoebocyte cells. Okay. Now, if you, as I told you that the main cavity in these animal is known as the spongocoel, whereas numerous cavity are also there. So these numerous cavities are known as canals. Okay, so these are the canals. Now, if you see the canals in different animals of this phylum, so you will see that there are three main types of canal system. The first one is the simplest type, and this is known as the Ascan type of canal system, and whereas this one is most complicated, which is known as the Lucan type of canal system. Okay, so first one, observe this one, Ascan type. It is present in Leucosolenia, whereas this Sycon type is present in Sycon only, and the Lucan type is present in Spongilla. So please don't be confused with the Lucan type and the Ascan type, as Lucan type example is Spongilla, whereas Ascan type example is Leucosolenia, right? Not of Lucan type Leucosolenia. Alright, so these are the three main types of canal system. So water entered through this canal system. This is also important characteristic feature of this phylum, that water enters through the canal system into the spongocoel and out from the osculum. Now, all sponges possess internal skeleton which consists of siliceous spicule. Okay, so their skeleton consists of siliceous spicules, also known as spongin fiber. Alright, so it is also an important characteristic. Then digestion is intracellular inside collar cells. Collar cells are also called choanocyte cells. Alright, again I am showing you the figure. So these all are the choanocyte cells where the digestion takes place. Then circulation of food by the amoeboid cell, as you have seen in the mesenchyme layer. Their amoeboid cells are there. So through these cells circulation of food takes place. Then respiration by the body surface. No respiratory organs are there. Excretion also by the body surface. Now about the reproduction. They reproduce asexually by budding or gamules, and sexually by the fusion of ova and the spermatozoa. So sexual reproduction takes place by the fusion of ova and spermatozoa, whereas asexual reproduction by the budding or the gamule formation. Now fertilization is internal and development is indirect, means there is a larval stage. Okay, so larval stage in Leucosolenia is the parenchyma, whereas in Sycon amphiblastula. So this is important. Larval stage, parenchyma is in Leucosolenia, whereas amphiblastula is in Sycon. Then phylum Porifera divided into three classes: Calcarea, Demospongia, as well as Hexadenolida. Okay, so these are the important classes of the phylum Porifera. Example of the Calcarea are the Scypha, Leucosolenia. Demospongia are the Cliona, Spongia, Spongilla, Calena, whereas Hexadenolida is Euplectilla and Hylonemma. So you have to just learn the name of the classes: Calcarea, Demospongia and the Hexadenolida. So these are the three important classes of the phylum Poriferans. Now these are the unique features. So unique features are the characteristic of the phylum Poriferans only. So you have to focus on these unique features. There are pores all over the body, means ostia. These are the pores through which the water enters, okay, into the spongocoel and out from the osculum. Whereas they have cellular level of body organization. Alright, canal system of intercommunity cavities for the passage of water current, as we have seen three main type of canal system, right? Then presence of spongin fiber. Their skeleton contains spongin fiber, whereas choanocyte lining the main cavity. Choanocyte is the inner layer. Okay, not choanocyte contains these are the cells which are present in the innermost layer, that is the choanoderm. Alright, and choanocytes are also known as collar cells. So this is all about the phylum Poriferans. Thank you for listening.